preparing themselves for life of service, discipline, and commitment to our nation. We will get an insight on their journeys thus far, the challenges they have faced, the lessons they have learned, the friendship they have built, and the determination that continues to push them forward. Recruiting training is not only about physical strength, but also about character, integrity, resilience, and developing a heart for service. This morning discussion will give the public an opportunity to hear directly from these future officers as they share experience, growth, and aspiration within the police service. Thank you for joining us. We hope this morning conversation inspire, informs, and highlight the hard work and sacrifice behind the uniform. Before I start with the recruits, I'll have the commander of the training school to introduce himself. He's no stranger to us, but he's here in a different hat. We're in a different hat this morning. So he'll introduce himself and tell us a bit about the course and what the officers should expect.
And good morning. Thank you, Scotty.
Don't know.
So this morning, I'm not the inspector posting policing with you, but I'm a guest today. So I'm in a different tier. I'm here as the commandant of the police training school. We started 2 months ago, so we are 2 months in. We currently have 29 young persons undergoing the training, a complement of about 9 females and 20 males. I think the average age is around 23, so a young batch, a very young batch. We actually have a cadet within the bunch.
Okay.
So hopefully if we are able to do a part 2 next week, we could feature her, but she wasn't feeling all the best this morning, so I gave her a break.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for that. So we're gonna go around the table and we're gonna have you guys introduce yourself and tell us what inspired you to join the police force. So why you say females first? I hear you over there. So he said females first.
Okay, so I'll go first. Good morning, Radioland and live viewers. I am WPC Lake, allotted number 487. I have always enjoyed problem solving and I love to bring awareness, clarity to difficult situations. I am also interested in the investigating side of policing, especially the forensic department, where careful analysis and attention to detail is really important to solving crimes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I am WPC Lee, allotted number 504. I've always wanted to do law enforcement by, helping others, and I, thought that being a police officer would, give me the opportunity to go out, help. Also problem solving. That is one aspect that policing do, helping other people and working together as a team, because in training school we're brothers and sisters. And yeah.
Thank you.
Good morning to all. My name is number 505 PC Joseph. Becoming a police officer is one of my dreams. Growing up as a young boy during career day in preschool, I dressed up as a police officer, and I didn't get to become one in my country back home, which is Dominica. When I came up here in 2022, I signed up in 2023. Didn't get through. I also didn't give up, which was the main reason. And I signed back in 2025, and when I get the call up, I was very happy. I actually shed tears. I always wanted to become a police officer, and I want to thank God, thank my family for just keep pushing me. And becoming a police officer, I love how they carry themselves. They're very circumspect, impeccable. And I grew up in a family. My mother, my father, they were very disciplined and very strict. So I wouldn't go out, party, drink, smoke. I grew up very strict, and I feel that this environment suits me.
Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Number 482, Constable Brown. Unlike everybody else, I never saw myself in this field. After being a father, the mindset, everything just changed, and I'm now fully in the force. That's where my mind at, and I don't think it would ever change because this is the person I am now. 2 months through the course, still going strong like the first day. Can't break, won't break.
Got you.
But yeah, basically, my mind changed from where it was I used to drive trucks. Thought that would have been my calling, but after having a son, everything just drastically changed. I wanted a career, I wanted to do better, I wanted to be a good role model for the kids, and that's where my mind at.
Yep.
Morning, everyone. My name is Nathan Huggins, allotted number 492. Policing is something I'm not exactly, all that new to because my mother was a police officer. Is a police officer, and my uncle was a police officer, and my cousin is a police officer as well. So it's not something that's really new to me, but something I decided to try as a career. I wanted a bit more stability. And the training is a little bit intense, but I'm still pushing through.
Thank you so much. We have a diverse group here this morning. Thank you, Inspector. So I want you guys to tell me how were your reaction when you got the call that you are accepted to undergo training to become a police officer. So I want to start with you. You said a bit.
Well, when I received the call from the first personnel, Miss Carey, I was actually on a bus going to work, and when I got the call, I smiled and I paused and I was like, "This really happening?" And then when I went to work, I just smiled for the whole day. I called my mom, I called my dad, I called my girlfriend. They were all proud and happy, and I just
After I received the call while working. I was driving, saw a strange number calling me, and for some reason that day I was working with my boss. So after I found out who the person was, pulled over, kind of eased out the truck and I take the call. I didn't want him to find out like that, so took the call and come up with a plan to how I'm going to tell him and all of that. But I was excited, I was happy, and you know, that's why I just switch on one time and just start to set my mind that, yeah, it's time for hard work now.
When I got the call, I was home. I got the call from Miss Carey. She didn't exactly say accepted. She just said I was eligible to for the preliminary stuff, for like the PT assessment and stuff. I didn't think I would make it through, but I guess I did.
You're here.
After course 46 would have had their training and their graduation, that is what pushed me really to apply. And after waiting about 2 years, I applied for Defense Force, Fire, and nobody really, studied me. But then I got a call from the force personnel, Miss Carey, and I was added to a group chat, and then I spread the news to my mom.
Awesome.
So I was in the kitchen making dinner, and my phone was in the bedroom. So when I went back to the bedroom, I noticed that there was a strange number that called me, and I missed it. And in my head, I was telling myself, maybe it is the force personnel, Arthur Carey, and called her back, and then she, announced the news to me, and I got excited. I was kind of nervous. I ran to my grandmother, and kind of cried a little bit.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was excited.
Awesome. Yes, so officially, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. The journey has just begun. And when you finish training, the journey will just start.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to go into the training a bit. I want you to tell me, how have your training been thus far? So I want to start with you, Leek.
Okay. Well, the training has taught me a lot about teamwork and how to be steadfast in any situation that may come about. How to be strong-minded, no matter what is thrown at you. You have to stand firm, because life outside of training might be much more crucial and harder on us than what we experience right now behind the gates. That's it.
Okay. So for the first week, the training was tough, hard for a lot of us. But over time, we got comfortable. It taught us about discipline, time management, teamwork as well. We're actually doing good with that. It also taught us that we need to be ready for anything. For the bell, for example, we need to always be aware of it and answer on time, make it to the parade square, and yeah, it's taught us a lot.
Expect the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody over here want to share?
Training school is a place you get so comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Correct.
Like, I'm an only child. I'm not accustomed to sharing a space with 19 other guys. So it was uncomfortable, like, let's say, for the first week. And after the second week, it's like, okay, I got 19 brothers and 9 sisters.
Right.
So it's now comfortable. The shouting and all of that, at first it used to bother me, like, and say me, but now, like, you could shout in my face all day. It wouldn't move me. So, the training is necessary, prepare for outside, and I could see the purpose.
Thank you so much. 492. I'm going to ask you a different question.
Oh.
You said that your parents were both.
No,
your parents, your mother.
Yeah.
Your mother is a police officer. Your uncle was a police officer.
Yes, sir.
And then you have a cousin's a police officer, right?
Yes, sir.
So, how has the training changed you mentally and physically?
Well, also physically, I came in a bit underweight. I was 144, but with the training, I've been getting I put on a little bit more weight. I'm now 151 pounds. I put on a little bit more muscle. I was already prepared for certain things. My mother already told me what to expect in training school. I think one of the things that was scary was the fact that officially there's no rest there in training school. Meaning now, like, I started Sergeant Brown could just walk in and he could make me start to do push-ups if he want to. So
expect the unexpected.
Yeah. I used to be afraid of the PT when he used to do that, but now I don't really feel much.
Wow. So you put on the weight, you put on the muscle, so you don't feel much now?
Not as much. Just struggle a little bit with the breathing, but that's okay.
Okay, good. So I'm going to ask you 505. Describe a typical, I didn't get the names down pat. So I'm going to use your numbers, okay?
Okay.
Describe a typical day in recruiting, like during your training.
Well, the typical day starts at, we wake up like 3 o'clock, then we start fatigue at 3:45, and then we go up, get ready for PT at 4:45, then do PT. So be intense, may not be intense. And we get upstairs for 6 o'clock, get ready for breakfast. Following time is 6:45, breakfast is at 7. Have breakfast, go out to put up the flag. Following time is 7:45, flag goes up at 8. Then we got drills. The time runs from 8:15 to 9:15. Sometimes we go to 8:15 till 12, which the guys are doing right now. As we speak, I know they are burning in the hot sun.
Why you AC?
But then after drills, we have class from 8 to 4. From 9 to 4 actually. Depends on what time drills done. So we don't really have a specific time exactly. But on schedule, it normally be like after drills, it's classroom till 4 o'clock. Then we'll go up in our barracks. We may go and sleep, study, write notes, do extra exercises, practice drills, write notes. Then at 6 o'clock, we go in the Parade Square, put down the flag, go back upstairs, continue doing what we was doing. The following time was 6:45 for dinner. Have dinner at 7. At 8 o'clock, we have devotion. And then we have a motivational video that Sheldon Brown inspired us to listen to every night. And I believe that video helping some of us, me especially. There was a video that he actually made us listen to the first video. And every day I play it till he tell me that he fed up hear it. Till he know it off his head. And lights out. After devotion, go back up to the barracks. No, we have roll call. Then go back up to the barracks. Then lights out at 10. And then that's a day in training school.
Thank you so much. We're going to break and we're going to pay some bills and we're going to be right back with you.
This year, she deserves to be pampered. This Mother's Day, Digicel is giving you the chance to win a luxurious spa day for mom. Simply activate a 14-day plan or higher. Pay your bill in full. Sign up for Digicel Plus Internet or postpaid. Or switch today for better connection. 2 winners every week. Hurry! Promotion ends on May 31st. Better connected with Digicel this Mother's Day.
St. Kitts and Nevis, get ready. The 3rd annual Jesus in the City Parade and Festival is coming to Independence Square on Saturday, May 16th, 2026. Join thousands of believers from across the Federation and throughout the Caribbean as we unite in a powerful celebration of love for God and love for people through music, the arts, and culture. The festivities kick off at 11 a.m. with a dynamic opening ceremony. At 12 noon, the parade moves out from Independence Square, filling the city streets with praise, energy, and excitement before returning to the square for a grand concert celebration and community festival. Register your church or organization, enter a float or group, or become a sponsor today. Visit www.jesusinthecity.com to get involved.
Good morning to everyone and welcome back to Policing with You. This morning I have a group of recruits here from course 47 with us. They're basically telling us about their journey so far in law enforcement and how their training has been going. The lines are open for persons to call in and just encourage the officers on their journey thus far. So we'll continue our conversation until we get a call, guys. So in everything we do, there's challenges. So I want persons to share about their challenges thus far. You can take it off, it's more comfortable, and then we're going to call it back on. What have been the most challenging thus far during your training?
Can I go first?
Sure.
Okay, so within my first month of the physical exercise that we've been doing, I have torn a ligament in both of my legs, in the knees, which is the collateral ligament. But I stayed on sick bay for about 2 weeks, which was so demotivating. I felt like I was getting back fat, and I felt like it was doing more to me emotionally than it was to my body. So I decided to push through the pain as to what my instructor would tell us. And after a while, I felt like I don't even have any injury anymore. Like wasn't feeling any pain or anything like that. But sometimes there will be pain, and it's just a simple massage and motivation to keep me going. We do it.
Anyone, the fellas want to share?
Me? Well, that was one of the issues that the house that I have with training schools, sometimes we encourage to be a team and work as one, but so many people cannot come together on one head, and when they fail, all of us get punished, and it's annoying because it keeps on happening.
The instructor said that. That is his challenge. Anybody else?
Well, to be honest, I don't really see that we had any challenges because back home I grew up doing other sports and so it's like those exercises that we are getting is like I kind of like used to it. The waking up early, I'm used to it. The shouting, I'm used to it because my father was very, very strict, my mom as well. It's like those things are just like minor things. I don't really study those things. They could try their best, but I grew up in that kind of environment, shouting, the strict, the getting up early. Started washing my own clothes in my hand at the age of 7. Wow. Started ironing my clothes at 7. My father taught me to become a man at a very young age because it was just him and I. And so it's like me coming to training school just like a younger me in an adult body. Just a different environment, but it's like basically the same thing. So it's like I'm used to this stuff. The physical wise, only got one injury, was my back injury from carrying a log for a punishment. The bell rang and for some reason I didn't wake up. I don't know how come. I guess I was extra tired and I got it. But the main thing, I didn't take it as a punishment. I took it as a motivation. When I had the log, I would like push it up, try to build my shoulders at the same time. What does that do? Sometimes I would go it on my back, run, just to build my back strength. So I didn't really see it as a punishment, really. Some of those things I feel that they are giving us is to build us, to be strong. If you're weak-minded, you take it as a punishment and you might cry and say, oh, why me? But something instructor might see something in you that you don't see in yourself, and you might feel that he's punishing you, but he just wants you to see that you can do it because he sees it in you. He just wants you to see it in yourself as well. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Inspector Thompson, I heard you whisper we don't give punishment.
We don't do punishment. We do not do punishment. We make corrective measures. We take corrective action, but we don't punish.
I just wanted to clear up that because we don't punish.
We do not punish.
We do not punish. Okay, in everything there's lessons. What are one of the lessons that you have learned thus far? For me, I'm going to speak about after 16 years. I remember my instructors always say, especially Inspector Alric, he was a corporal at the time, the ability manage strength. And that has been my thing all along, ability manage strength. I know who to call when I want what done. So what are one of the lessons that you have learned thus far? 482.
Being a leader, I'm not a really talkative person, and so when I'm called upon, but since we got the syndicate and all of that, everybody chose me to be the leader. Make me feel uncomfortable at first, but now it's like I'm going into the position and it's not really ordering, but I could assign people, I could lead, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm no longer uncomfortable.
Nice.
So I go in that aspect.
I'm not campaigning, but I couldn't ask that.
I think that he answered one of the questions that I had. What personal strength have you discovered about yourself during the training? So I see that coming out as well. Anybody else want to share about what personal strength they see themselves? I'm going to tap you.
As my fellow coursemate said, being a leader, as a DSS duty student, we're put in charge to make sure that everybody does their duties, and we're well aware for whenever anything comes up. For me, like yesterday I was duty student and I need to work on projecting my voice and being louder. And to be honest, yeah, it's just being a leader. one lesson I've learned is taking charge, being in charge.
Okay, thank you so much. For me, I'm going to go to the community. I'm a community advocate. What does serving and protecting the community means to you? This is important for me because a lot of us, we become officers, but we don't understand that we are serving the community. Our service is to the community. So what does serving and protecting the community? We have a call, so we're going to pause. Good morning, caller. Oh, you're on the air. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, recruit, and good morning, officers.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I hardly have time. My it will be very short. But I went through that already some 57 years ago, or 58 years ago. And very soon, very early, we were told, I will make you, I'll break you. And if you can't get any good out of you, I will send you back to home to your mother, and she will have the expense to bury you. Discipline is paramount. Discipline is paramount in this respect. And I will urge you to obey and to show and to show as much you can in your training. I wish I had more time to say more, but anyway, I do hope that you all pick up what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, caller. So, what does serving and protecting your community means to you? Jake, you wanna go? I see you searching.
So repeat your question one more time.
What does serving and protecting the community mean to you?
Okay, so you must understand the nature of your community in order to protect them, to maintain order and peace towards them, to understand where they are coming from in terms of what problems might be arising in your community in order to solve.
Good answer.
Yes. Okay.
I almost want to clap you.
Yes, good answer. Very good answer. That indeed, you have to learn. It is important. She just gave a little lesson there for you to learn your community.
Community policing. That's
It
what
is,
we're dealing
yeah,
with.
it is important. Yeah, all of us are community policing officers as well. Anybody else want to share? What does serving and protecting means to you?
Well, based on what my fellow classmates said, basically, you have to know your community, know the various persons, the personality. Some persons don't like that they might not like an aggressive officer. They might like you to come to them calm and nice. You know, some person want to see more police officers in the community, now and then, walking around, talking to the people, you know, getting to know them better. Might ask them how was the day. Some of them are simple, how was the day, good morning. Might just brighten that person whole day.
That's true.
Person could be having a bad day, and an officer come to them, good morning ma'am, have you eaten, how was your day? And from that they just smile, and then they go to tell a friend, you know, yesterday this police officer came to me and he was like, good morning ma'am, how was your day? And I just felt so good. And then information passed on, and then in the blink of no time the whole community asking about this police officer. Then you reach back to the whole police force, and then it might just start how should I say, like a pattern, like maybe every weekend, every 2 weeks, police officers do a community walkthrough with the people. I feel that will build a closer bond. People will get closer to the police. They will trust us more, even if information as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. What would you say to a young person considering a career in law enforcement?
If that's a goal, to stick on it, make sure that you're mentally strong. Don't allow anyone to, get in your head and prevent you from reaching that goal. And always be available and have a listening ear for those out there that needs your help. Because like he said, if we're more open and if we go around and talk to for example, those persons in our community, they will trust us more and they will be more open to talk to officers.
That's true.
Thank you so much. So I have some light-hearted questions, some fun questions. Who is usually the first recruit ready for inspection?
Well, I would say me. I always, I would say me. During inspection day, I would like to make sure my locker straight. I'm a very clean person, eh? Every day. My bed is sharp every day. My locker is always clean. And I always try to keep my room clean. He's in my room as well, and our room always clean. Beds are always well made. The floor is well swept and mopped. And with my uniform, I like to look very sharp in my uniform, make sure my shirt well tucked in. I like to look circumspect, impeccable, immaculate. After PT, always first in the bath. Make sure I get out of the way, dress, take my time, dress properly. I don't like to rush when I'm dressing. I like to make sure that my shoes are well polished, my seam and my pants is straight, sharp, cut in hands. My shirt is well ironed, and my buttons are facing upright. My hat is black, clean, and that's just me.
I hope 10 years from now, when I retire, I'll see you in the same light.
You will.
Okay. Okay, next fun fact, fun question. What has been the funniest moment during your training so far?
Oh God, too much.
Just one, I guess.
I think, okay, so we have a course mate named Sam, and I would say he's a clown. He's the clown of the course.
There's always
and
one.
anything he do is just like funny moment for me.
Anybody else?
Some funny, but funniest thing to me was I think it was early, like maybe like second week. It was the second week or something, and Sergeant Bond went upstairs in the mayor's barracks and checked the rooms, and he came back down with a bucket with clothes. Okay. Yeah, who bucket is this? We heard a voice. Mine, sir. African course mate, Samson. So we already know who he was when he heard the voice. Went to Sergeant, tell him whatever, and he just started running around the square. I'm a tall, nasty man. So we couldn't hold the composure at the parade square. That, to this day, I can't forget that thing.
Yeah, that is it, bye.
Okay, which drill command took the longest for you to master?
Oh, the about turn.
Yeah, the about turn.
The about turn. And changing step while matching.
Changing step easy.
Slow match.
Slow match?
Slow match is
slow
one.
match.
Just that one.
Slow match.
If you had to describe your recruit squad in 3 words, what would they be?
Hiding. Like punishment.
Yes.
Oh
I
God.
do.
So that's 2.
I give 2. Nobody else give me none.
I feel at times we could be stubborn,
That's true.
which is, I feel at times we could be great listeners, and I feel at times we could also be a bit, how should I say, troublesome, I would say.
I feel like course 47 moody. However you wake up on a day, that's how the course begins. So if you wake up in a good mood, you see everybody together.
Yeah.
You see if 10 wake up vexed, that's it. Nobody like each other.
I feel like we're very motivating towards each other as well.
Yeah. I feel like a number of us that's pull up on another.
Yeah.
As the course drawing near to the end, we're building that bond. Because when we just come right, majority wasn't speaking to majority. Some of the males didn't like one another. But I feel like we all come together as one.
Yeah.
Some of the females didn't like the females as well. But I feel like we're bonding, man. You know? Yeah. I feel like a few words that the inspector does we keep on sharing with us. It help us, man. Now and then, man. But we'll get there, man. I feel we'll get there in the end.
Yeah, teamwork. I've seen it recently. It's not called punishment, but you know, I had to pay for something that I did, and while I was, you know, instructed to do a certain exercise, you know, my fellow female recruits came out and actually tag along and did it with me. So I like that. I applaud them for that.
Yes. We got each other.
Awesome. That is very much important. Inspector, I want to throw the question at you. If you could describe the recruit squad in 3 words, what would the 3 words be?
Challenging, unexpected, hopeful.
Thank you so much. So, let's go back to my questions. We have just a few more minutes before we wrap up. What goals have you set for yourself within the police service? Anyone likes to share?
Well, the goal that I've set for myself, right, I want to pursue my education, and I also do not see myself being uncomfortable throughout my years in the force. I want to like reach the 85-year mark that you could do the exam in 4 years. I would like to take the exam and get a corporal, move to sergeant, and just keep on climbing. I like to push myself. I don't like to. I feel like being at one base for too long shouldn't be anyone's goal. I feel like you should want to be like moving up the ladder. You want to reach commissioner of police. You want to reach prime minister as well. Just keep on going. Sky's the limit. So just keep on pushing yourselves. I believe that each and every one of us in here should have that same thought, same mentality to reach a corporal or sergeant or anything that you want in life. Yeah.
Upward mobility.
Okay. So I myself would like to obtain a certificate first in the field that I would like to work in, which is the forensic department, because after we don't get study leave until 4 years. So for me to get in the department, I would have to do a certificate just to have enough knowledge to be able to work inside. And that's where I'm heading at.
I heard a conversation showed last night. I wasn't eavesdropping, my ears working, so I heard somebody talking about who will be corporal first in the course last night. In a group of some of you persons talking about who will be corporal first.
Awesome. Nice, challenge yourself, challenge each other. Yeah. Great. Okay, as I wrap up, what message would you like to leave with the public and your fellow recruits watching? Because you know they're going to watch it a little later, see what you say, if you leak anything.
To Course 47, we got this. We just need to stay strong and work hard and, pass out successfully. To persons out there, please trust the police officer, be a little bit kinder to us. We're here for you, we're here to protect you, and we're here to listen.
I will share a sentiment that was shared from Sergeant Brown from one of the videos he has let us watch, which is always, your first task of your day is always to make up your bed. And then after that, you feel like you could accomplish anything throughout the day, which is what we have been doing behind the doors in training. Our first task would be to make up our beds before we have done anything else, and that will set tone for our day.
Awesome.
My turn?
Yeah.
Cameras on you.
What was this again?
What message would you leave if you were daydreaming on me?
Okay. A message I will leave for like fellow recruits?
Yeah, and the public watching.
And the public. Okay, this is a big one. Well, I would say realistically speaking, I would say to my fellow recruits listening, I hope that we really learn to hold one head together so we can make the course a bit more easier, right? And we could pass out successfully. And to the general public who may be listening this or hearing this, I will let them to know that I don't know. I don't think I have a message on it.
Thanks.
To my course mates, I have full confidence in all of them. I know we all going to pass out. So, yeah, we got this. And to the public, when Course 47 pass out, this is not to be too cocky, but it's a different breed. So, You could say better police coming.
Yeah.
I laid back because, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Is it true? Sorry.
I laid back. I'll watch and see.
Well, to my fellow classmates, I'd like to say that I love how we keep on pushing one another. I like that each and every one of us pass out successfully. And to the public out there listening, this is a very young batch of police officers. So you know that the energy will be here. We don't have no lazy, laid-back police officers. We are determined, we are motivated, our minds have been conditioned. Whatever that the public wants to throw at us, we will be prepared. For those who, there are persons who don't like police, but I hope that when we pass out, that mentality change, and that you will become one of us as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Inspector?
To the course, my course mates. My course mates and I were, well, in training school. Haven't told them anything that wasn't said to me. And Huggins' uncle was one of my instructors. I haven't done him anything that his uncle have done to me. But I appreciate what was that. I just have high hopes for the course. We're always in a mode where we're looking for police officers. I don't mind a young breed. I don't mind a new mindset. But what I want is somebody that brings value to the organization. So the persons that we took is because we had a particular, have a particular expectation. We want value for money. The community wants value for money. I like what Brown said, and I don't mind the challenge. Better is coming. So, and it's in their hands to bring the better. We need the better.
Yep.
We want the better. All of us, not just the police, but the public wants the better. And if you are the ones to set the tone, make the difference. I think I would be happy with that. That is the hopeful part. Yes. Because I see some sparks here and there. I was watching Brown this week. You only know I know that I watch it. Since Monday, paying particular attention. And up to this morning, I said to one of the further instructors, Brown blossoming. So I'm telling you now. So I was chatting you behind your back, but we're watching, and we're seeing the sparks. Yesterday, we had a little public speaking thing. I saw some things in Lake. So she has some potential. You just need to garner that confidence and do what I know they can do, and just let's see that potential blossom into fruit. But I am still hopeful. I am on the better side of yes. Don't want to spoil my thing and go too far in me in my feelings and say too much so that they think that okay they reach and then they start to do foolishness. But they have the potential to do good. Only they can determine whether or not they will do good. But Bones said they will. So I'm gonna work with that.
Post 47 won't disappoint. I can promise you that.
Like the first person said, we are trendsetters, and that's what we will be. We will set the trend.
The best course.
Okay.
Do that.
So, to the listener and viewing audience, you heard it firsthand. Course 47 is saying that they are trendsetters and they are making their mark. Inspector Thompson, I want to thank you and Course 47 representative for coming here this morning and highlighting us thus far on your journey. I hope to have you back in the middle of your journey and at the end of your journey to see what the good looks like. I want to thank GQ and ZIZ for having me this morning, for the Almighty God for lending us the time here to share to the listening and viewing audience. I want to thank you for joining us. I am your host, Shamin Udain. See you next time.
made their sacrifice now. Tell me what you think about equal rights.